Welcome back to Latter Day Gamers. I have not recorded a video in 9 months because if some of you saw my last video, I had a child. And I guess with the release of Shadow Empire, I decided to start recording again. And well, let's get this started. So this will probably be like an episode 0 for this, and I'm probably just going to go through planet generation and setting everything up. I don't know how long this will take because I kind of want to try something very particular. I'm thinking I want to play on the Siwa planets and do, because they're like the Earth-like ones and they're supposed to have conditions more favorable to life. But I kind of want to keep rolling the dice until I get maybe a mix with a Medusa, because I want like a lot of farming, so a lot of people, so we can have like pretty big sized late game armies. But I also want like tons of early game monsters. So let's see. So let's. Oh, why did that not click? There we go. And let's select this. All right. So I, other than like watching some other guys like do beta videos of this, I really don't know much at all about the game. So my plan for this Let's Play is to kind of go really slow as I try to learn the game. And if I'm really struggling, like then I'll read the manual. But yeah, I'm kind of going in blind, so we'll see. So let's put it at regular. So that might actually be pretty hard, based on what some other people are saying. But yeah, so let's do just one city. Yeah, we'll start with only the Supreme Council. Let's see. Ooh, maybe. Do I want to do this? Let's see how this affects it. Let's go with like the slowest speed. And then yeah, I want complete fog of war. And yeah, I'm gonna go through planet generation and let's have all the story modules on. Alright. So this is the first part. So oh yeah, we got pretty good gravity. It's about 0.74. Temperatures, I actually don't know what the average temperature of the Earth is in Celsius, so planet's nice and old. Map is nice and big. Um, that is not a bad world. Uh, huh. Should I just go on to the next phase, or should I re-roll? I honestly have no idea. I'd like something maybe a little closer to 1G, but I don't know if that matters too much. So, you know, let's, I'm okay with that. Let's go to the next step. We got a yellow star. We're 1.2 AUs away. Yeah. Alrighty. And it's all making all the next step stuff. And then let's see. We'll go through those. Let's see. 7% ocean, no mountains. I definitely want some mountains. I want like some terrain fighting, or however you would call it. Oh man, I'm at a loss for words. It's been so long since I've recorded. Alright, yeah, let's re-roll that. I want some mountains. Come on, give me some mountains. Alrighty. Too bad this takes a little bit, but yeah, rainfall wasn't too bad either. I kind of want like a little bit higher ocean percentage and then some, you know... I'd like for them both to be around 10%. So let's re-roll that again. If it takes too long, I'll probably just stick with what I get. Yeah, and the rainfall wasn't too bad either. Oh, and then we should probably be looking at these season things. Oh man, come on. Give me some, give me more mountains. Yeah, let's see. We'll start reading those at the top. Alrighty. Okay, so this next round of re-roll's almost done. And what do we got? Oh, come on. Alright, I'll do this like 2 or 3 more times. If I don't get what I'm looking for, we'll just stick with it, I guess. This is probably taking maybe a little bit too long. Alright, should be done in a sec. Really, no mountains? Why? Oh, this is a little infuriating. Why isn't it giving me any mountains? Is that like maybe, I don't know, maybe some of the other underlying things given the I don't know, the age of the planet and its position around its star, maybe that's affecting the lack of mountains? There we go. Oh, that's good. Nice. All right. An arid planet with minimal surface water, the planet will have an Earth compatible atmosphere. The highest mountains reach up to 5,967 meters, while the deepest sea floor is at negative 673 meters. The planet is still geologically active. We got a wind speed of 8 meters a second. And yeah, we got a good amount of rain too. What is that? 3,098 millimeters a year? Cool. We got a winter, a spring, early summer, late summer, fall. So is that how many turns there are per year for the game? I'm not sure what the time scale of the turns is, but alright, yeah, we are going to move on to the next step. Now it's calculating all of the biosphere stuff. Now I'm curious, considering it's an Earth-like world, like the probability of actually getting like good amounts of like monsters and stuff. Because I don't want like, I don't know, I don't want like raiders and scavengers or stuff. I would prefer monsters, but I guess we'll get what we'll get. All right. 3,000. Oh, so 3.4 billion years ago, this planet started the process of abiogenesis. Currently, the planet has advanced life forms. Types of species include protocellular organisms, bacteria, algae, amoeba, seaweed, sponge analog, moss, coral analog. Let's see, protovascular plants, trilobite analogs, mollusk analogs, worm analogs, squid analog, and vascular plants and what is that? All Atlantean plants? Is that just sea plants? I've never heard that as a phrase before to describe sea plants. Alright. Atmos human hazards none. Xenohazard none. So what does that mean? Is that monsters or is that just like insects and diseases and stuff? Farming hazard none. Alien tissue nutrition good value. Vegetation level cloud forests. Whew. Oh dang, excuse me. That was a weird sneeze. It did not want to come and it did not want to go away either. Alrighty. So let's see. We got nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere. That's roughly Earth equivalent, if I'm remembering my science right. Alright. Okay, so we have one creature, a land-dwelling large 3-meter top predator. It resembles a squid analog. Its chemistry is water carbon based, and it's oxygen breathing. So I think you can click here and it'll give you a little more details. So I don't know what that means. Is that compatibility level with humans? So like the higher this number, the more likely it is you can eat the native life forms. And the higher this number is, the more likely you can breathe it. So I think that's what that means. And let's see. We got a bunch of extinct creatures. Here are all the alive ones. How do we know if any of these will be like monsters on the map? Oh, here we go. You click on this one. Alrighty, so what do we got? So we've got plants. Not too interested in those. Alright, so land herbivores. So let's see, from watching other people, it seems that the herbivores are more of a defensive creature you can find. Actually, the offense on these is pretty high. So there's an offensive 6, defensive 4. And I think the C is combat value? Or maybe they do other stuff. Maybe it's like how much they spread. I don't know, maybe we've got some good monsters to fight with on our first roll. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. So maybe we'll have like a good amount of creatures to fight. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. I guess we'll have to see what some of the other steps say. Yeah, let's move on to the next step. I do really like how in-depth the planet generation is. Alright, so this is the colonization history we got. Oh man, what is that name? Zethios? Mitosis, but with an... It's mitosis, but with a Z instead of an M. Zextosis was colonized in the year 7002. It received colonists after 504 years. Let's see. Current population 61.4 million. A 100% service economy with 6 starting cities, I think. That's what that means. Yeah, just a little history of the planet's colonization. So I think the higher this number, the higher number of people you'll have surviving after the war that destroyed human civilization. So, you know, I think I'm gonna stick with this because my thinking is that we'll have a lot more food available. So like birth rate and increases like that will be higher. So we don't necessarily need to worry too much about the number of survivors. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so we don't have any scavengers or raiders, but we have hunters. So I think that's a pretty good indication that we're going to have a lot of like native monsters to fight. Then we got 19 farmers, 2.6 million survivors. The Dissolution War reached planet Zytosis in the year... Man, I'm having such hard time like talking right now, but sorry. In the year 8006, war consumed all, technology fell to barbaric levels, and over a century and warfare collapsed. So what do we got? So 8018, local reformist forces tried to storm the planetary senate. 8029, reformists control several zones and secede from the loyalists to the Galactic Republic. 8061, liquid energy shortages decrease amount of cargo ships visiting the planet. 8072, appearance of pirate fleet has severely decreased the amount of cargo ships visiting the planet. 8152, enemies of Marfaro have nuked it. That's probably, I guess, going to be one of the cities on the map. An internal struggle led to massive and extremely savage infighting in Ribaria. And what is this? 8206, an extremely deadly disease hits 7 zones. Alright, so I'm liking this hunters thing. I think that means we're going to have some monsters. In the early phase of the Dissolution War, the collapse of the inter-systems trade between the Galactic Republic system caused huge food shortages. The horrors of the mass starvation decades must have claimed over 80.5 million lives. To make things worse, nuclear fallout claimed the lives of many. After the planetary government had disintegrated, the lawlessness and never-ending small-scale skirmishes and local wars finished what was left of civilization. It is estimated the total loss of life of the Dissolution War and its direct aftermath had claimed 120 million lives. Keep in mind that for over... Man, I am having a hard time reading. Keep in mind that over 225 years have passed since the Dissolution War started. Over the Dark Age decades that followed, the total collapse, the population level have been under continued stress. What? Did I read that wrong? Over the Dark Age decades that followed the total collapse, the population levels have been under continued stress. Okay, I didn't read it right the first time. Alright, and I think that is done. Alright. What? Where'd my mountains go? What the dickens? Okay, mountains are right here. Okay. Where'd my mountains go? What? That's not cool. Ah, I really wanted mountains, but I don't know what's going on. All right. Oh, wow, that's a lot of minor regimes. A planet in a slightly eccentric orbit around a bright yellow G0 star with a tilt of 12 degrees and a radius of 6,115 kilometers. 3.4 million years ago, evolution started. Currently, the planet has advanced life forms. Air pressure is 705 millibars. There are 5.09 million survivors of the Dissolution War. They are divided over 6 major regimes and 102 miners. That is a lot of miners. Well, I'm curious is why is some of this info not lining up? So, did the population double over the 200 years since the apocalypse? Is that what I'm reading? Yeah, some of this info doesn't all line up. Alright. Well, although I have a hard time saying Zytosis? Ah, man, I'm never going to get that right. I never know how to pronounce sexes. Alright. Well, let's see. I guess we're not done setting up yet. We now got to do like our flag and stuff, and we got to pick our starting government. And then I'm pretty sure the next episode after this will just be me running through the menus for like an entire half hour as I'm trying to learn the game. Alrighty. Alrighty, what do we got here? Okay, so I want my primary color. Yeah, I like purple, but let's do like a dark blue for the unit color. Okay. That wolf head is not bad, but what are some of my other choices? Okay, we got an eagle on a shield, a skull, what is that, a bullhead? Bullhead with swords, skull thingy, an on fire hands with a crown. Ooh, I don't hate the gears, but I also didn't hate the wolf. Um, yeah, so my goal for this whole Let's Play is to just kind of go slow. I don't know. I kind of want to get to the end game because all the people I've watched before the game released is nobody really got to the end game techs, really, because they always kind of just rushed the conquering. So I'm thinking I'll play a little more defensively and try to tech out really fast just to see what that's like. Um, oh man, the gear or the wolf with some like wind stuff. Yeah, let's go with that. And let's see, title president. I'm okay with that. What should we name the faction? Um, huh. Maybe I could. Maybe I just go with something for the name, with the name of the channel. Um, let's go. Let's go the Zatosis Saints. How about that? Alright, if I could spell. Okay. I don't hate that. Alright, that's a good name. Let's see, we got a mono flag, vertical, blocked, horizontal. Let's go with the block. Alright, next step. Alright, the great cities were destroyed in the Dissolution War. The remnants of humanity dispersed into the wastelands, hiding, scavenging, fighting, trying to scrape out a living, trying to survive. The forefathers of our nation were among them. They were not alone. Other survivors fleeing the destroyed cities had followed them. These others were aggressive and tried to enslave our forefathers. How did they manage to pacify their enemies? Okay, so I kind of know what these do, government enforcement and commerce. So let's see. So there's like, from what I know, there's 3 areas, and each area has 3 separate things your decisions are tracked upon. And so this one is kind of like, I guess where your focus of power is. Is your power like in your military? Is it in your government? Or is it in like your economy? Um, let's see. I don't know what to pick. Let's go. I'm going to choose B. We fought them at a huge cost and chased them off. Let's do that. All right. Upon stability returning, let's see. Yeah, the gram. These are not. That cannot be translated right. Upon stability returned, there were those who did better than others. Who were the people that grew richer and more powerful than the masses? So you've got Fist, the clever ones that controlled key resources, the artisans that worked hard and supplied goods and services that were needed, Mind. So it's kind of like power, intelligence, and kindness, kind of. Fist, mind, heart. Nobody. People who tried to amass more wealth than others were executed. What do I don't. Let's see. I might choose B again. The artisans that worked hard and supplied goods and services that were needed. Mind. You know, I do want a tech, and I think mind will help with that. So let's go with that. At around the time your father was born, a rebellion took place against the leaders and principles of our nation. It was a rebellion against. So you can have against the authoritarian and dictatorial leader. That gives you a democracy bonus. Against the corruption and lack of progress, a meritocracy bonus. And against the softness and indecision of the leaders, an autocracy bonus. So I think I'm going to go with meritocracy, because I think that'll help with teching. That just seems to make sense. All right, and it is preparing the first turn. So I am gonna end the video here, and yeah, return next time for the first episode of the game. Alrighty, see you guys next time.